Hi, my name is Aminami Maldonado from Team 1 with Brenda Lee and Amarami Maldonado as Team 1. Speech class 1311-138. Professor is Dr. Spence. So my title is The Equitable Living Plan Making Housing and Essentials Attainable Again. So for my first slide, I decided to present how does high living cost affect America. So first of all, a high living cost, the cost of living definition is refers to the amount of money a person receives for their groceries, housing, and cover basic needs. So the cost of living in America affects the population by rising food prices, rising medical insurance, rising rent prices, basic need prices going up. I have a chart that shows the rent and food and Medicare services, everything like throughout the years. Um, Second slide is why is an affordable living cost so important to society? First of all, many families in the US struggle with such a high living cost now in 2025, 2026. We see impacts of people like deciding between food or rent or a house and food, which should not be a problem for anyone, as my opinion. So, food is essential for survival. The National Low Income Housing Coalition reports that no state or country allows full time workers to afford a 2 bedroom apartment, which sucks, in my honest opinion. 75% of extremely low income families are severely affected by this, especially because they depend on their check to buy food. So I think having an affordable living cost should be something that everybody has. Um, how has the cost of living in the United States changed over the past decade? Well, according to the Council of Economic Advisors, and it's the chart that I present on my fourth slide. Um, we see that from 1990 to 2019, the price of income increased to 141%, which this means that their healthcare, their food, their rent, everything went up. So about 74% of these people, according to the census, are affected by this income reduction and inflation in the country. So I have a comparison from lowest cost to highest cost in which states have the highest and the lowest cost of living and why. So one of the lowest cost states are West Virginia, which is probably the one with the lowest cost of living. They have low housing, low utility bills, low rent, everything. And one with the highest cost is Hawaii. It's probably the highest cost of living index that I have seen due to the high of housing. Like, you cannot buy a house there if you're a part-time, like, regular worker. Like, no. Particular housing, utilities, and groceries are really, really high. Double the price of regular, like, the food you would find in West Virginia, you would find it like triple the price in Hawaii. How does this affect you? Okay, so when you have your own house, you have your own space. There's no need to stick to someone else's rules, like your landlord, or you don't need tax breaks, or you do you, and your family would have a future. Like your house will go out to your son, to your daughter. Some disadvantages of this high cost of living is that the rent is gonna go up no matter what. As the country develops, the rent prices are gonna go up. There are no boundaries to lease agreements if you are to rent. Like, you don't have personal space if you're renting with someone else, or there are no tax benefits to renting either, which sucks. Actually should be looked into. What can be done to provide affordable housing for all? So, because I think Americans have been stuck with renting and no insight on rates of monthly rent. I think that some things that could be done are like reducing the shortage of deeply affordable rental housing. So looking for a house should not be like $3,000, $5,000 a month, especially if you don't make that much money. Improving the low income housing tax credit program, which would really help all the low income people, and removing barriers to home ownership. I think some things are dumb when it comes to house owning. It's really bad. I think we should look more into that. So, how does the cost of living in America compare to other developed countries? So, in China has housing funds which help their workers, their full-time workers buy a house or rent a house. They could buy apartments too there. Did you know that? Which is like crazy because in America you can't do that. Well, I guess you could, but not in like lower income areas. You know what I mean? Like they rent, they don't sell apartment. South Africa, a present day government of South Africa offers subsidized housing programs to their people, which is amazing. Ireland offers three different schemes for the first time house owners, such as Rebuilding Ireland Home Loan, Affordable Purchase Scheme, and Affordable Rental Schemes, which is awesome. What can government policies or local communities do to make living costs more affordable for lower and middle income families? So, first of all, I think that there should be more advocacy for these things, such as knocking on your door, helping, like representatives asking if you need help with rent. Or we should advocate for a policy change in rent, make it more affordable, make things more affordable. Support local initiatives such as organizations in our area that help people. I think we should really look into that and put more things out there. Like, I feel like these people are trying to hide from us, you know? Like, they're not really out there, like, when people need it. But I think we should really be looked into. And get education. I think the government should help students try getting an education. Like, they should help them, like, plan a future. Like, oh, you want to buy a house in 10 years, like 20 years. Okay, I'll help you. Well, that's it. Thank you.